The industrial zone of Kythera Prime was burning. Smoke and sparks spiraled into the night sky as automated defense turrets and rogue drones clashed in a symphony of destruction. Somewhere inside the maze of towering factories and rusted walkways, a young alien girl darted through shadows, her heart pounding in rhythm with the distant explosions. I wasn't supposed to be here. My mission was simple: reconnaissance. Avoid confrontation, collect data, and leave before anyone noticed a human presence. But when I saw her cornered in an alley between two collapsed warehouses, my instinct refused to ignore her. She froze when she saw me. Her skin shimmered faintly, bioluminescent lines flickering like nervous signals. Eyes wide and glistening, she took a step back. I raised my hand slowly. "I'm not going to hurt you," I said, voice steady despite the chaos around us. The Kharon enforcers were closing in. Metallic footsteps echoed against the steel walls, and the girl's fear was tangible. She had nowhere left to run. I don't know if I can trust you," she whispered. Her voice carried a melodic quality that was almost alien to my ears, yet I understood every word. "Then don't," I replied. "But follow me if you want to survive." Her hesitation was brief. Survival instinct outweighed doubt. She took my hand, and we bolted through a narrow passage, dodging debris and leaping over fallen machinery. Minutes felt like hours. Every turn of the corridor brought new threats. Kharon drones scanning the area with red sensors, energy rifles ready to fire. Yet somehow we managed to stay ahead. I didn't know her name, and she didn't ask mine. Names seemed trivial compared to staying alive. Finally, we reached a maintenance bay where the flickering lights provided temporary cover. She crouched behind a stack of crates, breathing hard. "Why are they after you?" I asked, crouching beside her. She shook her head. I can't explain. They will kill anyone who knows." I studied her carefully. She wasn't a soldier, not yet. But there was a resilience in her gaze, a spark of defiance that told me she was capable of more than she realized. Before I could respond, the bay's entrance exploded inward. A squad of Kharon enforcers poured through, weapons raised. I grabbed a nearby wrench and swung it with desperate precision. Sparks flew as metal collided with armor. The girl ducked instinctively, watching with wide eyes. "You have to fight," she shouted, almost pleading. "I'm not trained for this," I admitted, but the drones didn't wait for hesitation. Adrenaline surged. Instinct took over. I ducked, rolled, and slammed a charging enforcer into the wall. The girl scrambled to her feet, picking up a fallen pulse rifle. "Watch me," she said, and she fought. I had underestimated her. Despite her age, her size, and her lack of formal training, she moved with precision, agility, and purpose. Each step was calculated, each shot purposeful. Her biolines glowed brighter with every strike, a subtle amplification of the energy around her. Somehow, she was enhancing her abilities as she fought. I realized then that she wasn't just any alien girl. She was extraordinary. Together, we pushed the Kharon squad back, inch by inch. The bay was a storm of sparks, gunfire, and shouted commands, but our teamwork, newly formed and untested, worked. Finally, the enforcers withdrew, leaving the room in tense silence. We collapsed against a wall, breathing heavily. I looked at her. What are you?" I asked. She hesitated. I am the last of my people. If they capture me, it's over for my world." I nodded slowly. The stakes were higher than I imagined. This wasn't just survival, it was protection of an entire civilization. "I won't let them take you," I said. Her gaze softened slightly. "Then we need to reach the council." The council was located in the heart of the industrial zone, deep inside the central command hub. Getting there meant crossing open streets, dodging patrols, and navigating through burning wreckage. But the girl, whose name I finally learned was Liara, led with confidence I didn't yet understand. Along the way, she shared fragments of her story. The destruction of her homeworld, the betrayal of allies, the relentless pursuit of the Kharon. I listened silently, realizing that this child carried the weight of a galaxy on her shoulders. When we reached the command hub, the defenses were already compromised. Kharon forces had breached the perimeter, cutting off all exits. Liara's eyes glowed brightly as she approached the main console, her hands hovering above alien glyphs. Energy coursed through her veins, reacting to the symbols as if she were a conduit. "They will come," she said softly. "We must be ready." I watched, awestruck, as the girl interfaced with the technology. Systems hummed, defenses reactivated, and automated turrets sprang to life, all controlled by her. For the first time, I realized why she had nowhere left to run. The Kharon weren't just after a fugitive. They were after someone who could turn the tide of war. Hours passed in a blur of strategy, ambushes, and counterattacks. Liara's skill with the alien technology was unmatched, and I provided backup wherever I could, my human ingenuity complementing her innate abilities. Slowly, we turned the tide. The Kharon troops faltered under our coordinated assault, their attacks neutralized by both human and alien tactics. Then came the final confrontation. A Kharon warlord emerged, his armor bristling with weaponry, his presence commanding. Liara stepped forward, standing taller than I expected, her biolines glowing with intensity. "You've hunted me across the stars," she said, voice steady. "But I am not yours to take." The warlord laughed, raising his energy blade. I gripped my rifle tightly, ready to act, but Liara didn't hesitate. She unleashed a surge of energy from her body, a concentrated wave that pushed the warlord and his guards back. Sparks erupted, armor shattered, and the Kharon forces broke ranks, fleeing in panic. The battle was over. Ending. In the aftermath, the council restored order to the industrial zone, ensuring Liara's safety and securing her people's remaining technology. The Kharon retreat was total, their morale shattered by the combined efforts of a human and an alien girl who refused to be a victim. Liara turned to me once the dust settled. Her eyes held gratitude, but also a quiet acknowledgement of the bond formed in battle. "Thank you," she said softly. "I never thought I would survive this." "You don't have to thank me," I replied. "We survived together." She smiled faintly. "I had nowhere left to run, but with you, I found hope." For the first time in months, the night sky over Kythera Prime seemed peaceful. The stars twinkled above as if celebrating our victory. And though our paths might diverge again, I knew one thing for certain. Sometimes, the smallest hope, in the hands of someone willing to fight, could change the fate of worlds. As she walked toward the council chambers, I followed at a distance. Her story wasn't over, and neither was mine. But together, even briefly, we had made the impossible possible.